I'm Dina Doyle. I am part of your team, and I am a high school teacher here in Michigan. And so, a couple of us were talking about promoting, taking on different leadership roles. So, we thought this might be a great opportunity to share with all of you. So, we've got a lot of different things to just kind of share and preview with you tonight. My own story is when I first started Color Street almost 3 years ago. I had no interest in promoting. I just really wanted to earn a little extra money, and I wanted my daughter and I to wear these for free. Anybody else feeling that way? And I did not really have a plan. I had never done direct sales. I did not know what promoting, leadership, growing a team, I didn't know any of that meant. Quite frankly, that sounded intimidating. With 3 kids and a full-time teaching position, I was just like, I don't know, that just sounds like work. So I didn't know what any of that entailed. And it has been more than I could have ever anticipated. I never would consider myself a leader or somebody taking on a leadership role. As a teacher, I never aspired to be a principal. I never aspired to be like department head. You know, I was very happy with being the teacher, and I still am. And so to take on any sort of leadership role, I just was like, I don't know what that means. And so when I started, and a few of my friends and family joined my team, I was like, this is fun. This is just something that we're doing together. And I couldn't believe how much I was enjoying it. And I definitely would say to everybody out there, if you're thinking, no, I don't really think I'm interested, go into this with an open mind. And I know a lot of people, when they join, they're thinking, I want to wait a few months. I want to get my feet wet. I want to kind of figure this out. Then maybe I'll consider joining, growing a team, and taking on a leadership role. I found that my upline, the people who I enrolled with, Amanda, Jackie, Debbie, Bry, they were a part of helping me help my new enrollees and myself, because I was still new. So if you're thinking, well, I'm too new for this, we are all here to help you, to help whoever you enroll, and we will support you guys as your team. And so you are never alone. And I'm sure you've already felt that way. There's so many resources. There's so many of us who want to support you. And I found when I started to have friends and family and coworkers and so on enroll, and I started to grow a team and take on like senior stylist, then a team leader position, I was like, okay, I can do this. This is actually really fun. You know, and I learned as I was sharing with others, it kind of reinforced some of the things I knew. Do I know every answer, even in this position? No. I still will reach out to my upline. I still will ask questions, and I still will look things up. And so even as I've taken on different leadership roles, there are still so many things that I will have to, you know, double check and look up, and that's okay. You know, I do the same as a teacher. And so it's a really exciting opportunity. It's in a really exciting time, and we are looking forward to helping you. So tonight, if you want to jot down any notes, if there's anything that you're like, okay, I want to hear more about that, let us know. But we believe in all of you. There are no requirements. There's nothing that you have to be like, if you're like, well, I don't like to do lives, so how can I have a team and tell them to do lives? Like, there are things that I feel I have strengths, and then there are things that I feel like, oh, I could probably tighten that up and learn more about that. You know, we all have strengths and weaknesses, and you as a leader will grow and develop those. And, you know, we might not be great at everything. You know, I'm not super techie, I'm not super organized, but I focus on what I can do, and I reach out to others for things that I'm trying to, you know, grow as a team leader and up. So I'm super excited to share with you guys, and I encourage all of you to really consider it. You'd be surprised, pleasantly surprised, not only financially is it an incredible opportunity, but also with confidence. I feel like taking on this role has helped me with both parenting and teaching, and I've learned a lot. So I am absolutely loving this. So Amanda's going to share a bit more about the number side and some of the like little parts of each role, and we're just going to kind of jump in. Yeah, Jack.
I just wanted to let people know there's a chat box. So
Oh, yeah.
as Amanda starts talking, if you guys have questions, I can see there's a question about bubble forms. I'll try to answer that while Amanda talks.
You guys, and I'm glad Jackie just said bubble forms, bubble sheets. I remember when I first joined, I was too afraid to say, what are they talking about? And I was like, what are these bubbles? So it's basically that graphical organizer that we shared. Lynn's holding them up. Do you guys see what Lynn has? So some people will call those charts, graphical charts, bubble charts. It's basically all the same thing. And I remember I was too embarrassed to say, I have no idea what they're talking about, but that's exactly what it is. So if you didn't print those off, that's okay. You can at another date, even another time, and have that handy for the next step where you would be with your promotion. Okay, off to Amanda.
Yeah, and I'm going to share my screen. I have them pulled up, so I'm going to show them as I talk about them. So that way
Awesome.
you can at least see them on here. But yeah, Jackie had emailed them out. So if you don't have those, make sure that you go ahead and get those printed off. Okay, so I'm going to talk just a little bit about really two things I'm going to focus on, and then I'm going to kind of pass it off to Jackie. But I too, like Dina, never thought that this was it. Now I'm different in that my day job teaching, I aspired to be a leader. So I was department chair. I have, I could be a principal. I have that degree. And at some point, who knows, maybe I'll do that. But I have found that this really feeds that aspect for me, and helping other people have success. I know I see a lot of people on here. If you're within my structure, I see a lot of you guys already have a team, or you've enrolled someone, or you've enrolled a couple people, or, some of you guys, it's even more than that. Some of you guys are just in the beginning, which is really exciting because you really don't know like what it's all about until you really jump right in. So we're just going to share kind of some of the reasons that we chose this route. And for some of us, it chose us a little bit in the beginning. But mainly, I guess why we've embraced it is, I spent a lot of my day today, as I said, I'm a teacher, looking through, I'm on the contract negotiating team, and looking through our contracts and our pay. And it's so different to flip over to the income disclosure statement with Color Street because you get to decide your income, right? I am in steps. I can progress. Sometimes I don't. I'm really bound by my contract. And what I love about this job is that I can really make this the type of income that I want. So if you decide, if you came in, thought you maybe want to make $100 a month, and now you're kind of seeing more potential, we're going to show you what that potential is all about, and then a little more about kind of what that job entails. Okay, so I am going to start with just the income disclosure. I'm actually going to share my screen instead of holding this up. Let's see if I can do this correctly. Okay, you guys seeing my screen? Good, okay. So I had pulled up the income disclosure statement. Now, the one that's on Color Street's website, everything in the resources is obviously in your virtual office as well. So I'm just pulling this up from there. I printed it out, but you can take a look at it here. It just goes over earning potential essentially with each level. Now I want you to focus on the fact that there's a median, and then there's a bottom 25 and a top 25. So median is, at the average essentially. And then basically those numbers are the average of the bottom 25 earners in that category, and the top 25 I should say 25% of the earners in that category. But it just kind of shows you the potential of what each rank brings about, which is more income. And what I wanted to share as well is looking at, the averages, the percentage of the stylists in there. A big piece to income for me, and I don't care what rank you're at, is your own personal business, which I know Jackie's going to talk about when I'm done here. But these numbers can fluctuate quite a bit at ranks like senior stylist and team leader, and up through director, senior director, based on your own personal income as well. So I know I have my own personal income goals, the what I want to sell each month, what I want to make in my rebates. And then obviously that's what I can control. But I do know that having a team allows for me to earn additional incomes. And I always like to focus on that, because my goals always at every rank I've been at is really focusing on my personal goals, for me, it's selling 1,800 is my typical goal, but selling that amount per month because that allows me to grow my team. And then also, taking a look at the types of commissions you can earn at every level. And that's what we're going to go into just a little bit here. I do want to share, we're not getting into this at all tonight, but you should get familiar if you're considering moving into a leadership position in Color Street, whether that be a senior stylist or a team leader or whatever your next goal is. Make sure that you get yourself familiar with this. It's kind of a lot to take in. It's something I still sometimes ask about, I might ask Debbie a question or Dina or whatever. It's not something you have to have memorized, but it's something that you want to reference. So make sure that you always have, we call it our little Bible, but that you really do kind of dive into this and take a look, because we're not going to go over all of that information. Okay, so that's the income disclosure. Now let's move on to, I wanted to share, we just talked about the bubble charts. So I'm going to just talk about senior stylists. And again, for some of you on the call, I know you're beyond this, but it's especially important if you're starting out or if you're helping somebody to see what comes next with Color Street, is really understanding how the structure works. So you are the person here that's in blue, okay? All of this information, qualified legs, accumulate $2,000 in group volume, etc. That's what I was just referring to, that's in your booklet, okay? But these charts have that on there. That tells you that if you are a stylist and you have 2 bonus qualified legs, one thing I wanted to show you was, well, I don't want to get ahead of myself. Let me just go over the structure like this. Let's say it was you and you had 2 people in your downline. You've enrolled 2 people, okay? You have those 2 people, and together, the month that you qualify as senior stylist, you have to have a combined group volume of at least 1,000. So that means you can't have everybody just sitting at 300 BQ. Really, you can't make any rank with that, just everybody being at $300 or our bonus qualified, what we call that. But also notice that other number there of the bonus qualified, the accumulate $2,000 in group volume. So you have to have lifetime $2,000 in group volume. Now that could come from you, but you have to have that $2,000 in volume between you and the stylists that are within your downline combined, and that's lifetime. That's not for that month, that's lifetime. You have to be at that $2,000. So if you're a brand new stylist and you 2 of your friends hop on board, you sell 300, they sell 300, or maybe you're at 350 and you hit that $1,000, you cannot become a senior stylist until you fulfill all of those requirements, which includes that lifetime volume. And that goes for any rank. So when you're seeing those abbreviations, again, they're spelled out in your booklet, but GV always means group volume, and obviously PV is your own personal volume. So there's different pieces to each of the ranks, okay? Now, one thing I wanted to show you was, I want to stop sharing here. Let me see if I can do it. Are you guys still seeing my screen there?
Yes.
I want to stop it. How do I stop? Oh, there we go. Stop share. Okay. You guys good? Can you just see me now? What I wanted to share though with my actual bubble chart here that I wrote out was when you are a senior stylist, okay, you have 2, you don't have to just have 2 people. You may have more than 2 people. And what I also wanted to share was, again, this isn't the best picture and I couldn't really find a way to get it onto the computer, but if you have a bonus qualified person here, and then you have somebody that you've enrolled, okay, maybe she's enrolled a couple people. Both of these ladies are bonus qualified, but the person you enrolled is not. This still counts as 1 leg. So you'll see that all over the comp plan when it says bonus qualified leg. This is still 1 leg. Just because this person does not bonus qualify does not mean she's essentially gone and these 2 come up as 2. These are still part of 1 leg. So you may have, you know, at any rank, a senior stylist, let's say you're a team leader, okay, which I'm not going to keep flipping back and forth. Again, you guys can take a look at these charts, but the team leader leg looks a little bit different, right? When you're at team leader, now you have to have 3 qualified legs. Now, I do want you to pay attention. Every time we talk about bubble charts, the bubble chart shows you the minimum amount of people that you have to have within your team structure. So what gets confusing is when it doesn't just look nice and pretty like this when you're a team leader, and most times it's not going to. So this person here is a senior stylist, right? And then you have these 2 here, and really that senior stylist could be down that leg somewhere. I know it sounds a little bit confusing, but what you want to think about if you're focusing on growing your team and really growing your income with Color Street, you'll really want to get familiar with each qualifications for the ranks, but focus on the one you're moving towards next. We're not even going to go over director, senior director, and I'm not even really going to go over team leader in detail because I don't want to muddy the waters. I just want you to focus on the fact that all of the qualifications are something that you're going to want to learn about and go over, okay? When you hit team leader, that's technically what Color Street considers to be leadership rank. So one of the really exciting things about not having conference in person, which is a bummer, I'm not going to lie, but what's great about having conference as we're going to have it virtually, everybody at team leader rank, whether you go to conference or not, obviously, because we don't have the in-person, are going to get special leader training, which the leader training is always phenomenal. And so when you become a team leader, that's when Color Street really recognizes you as a leader. So that's important because you have a little bit of responsibility at that rank, but also you start to get some leader recognition. And that's really exciting. And team leader is a part of our Jumpstart program. So all of that together is really going to help. Sorry, trying to, oh, there we go. All of that to get all of that information, hopefully team leader is something that if you're not at that rank, that's something you really aspire to be. Because that to me was the point at which I was like, oh, wow, you know, and you really start to see that potential, especially when it comes to earning potential. I wanted to share one other thing about team leader, and then I'm going to turn it over to Jackie. The other thing that is when you hit a team leader rank is you have the ability to place your new enrollees. Placement is something that not every direct selling company has. It's a really incredible part of our comp plan, and I absolutely love it because what I get to do as a leader is have my new enrollees, and I get to partner them up with somebody who can also be a great resource to them. What's awesome too is, let's say that I've placed somebody, I've enrolled somebody and I've placed them. They not only get me, because I'm their enroller, I'm always going to be their #1 resource, but now they have somebody else to refer to. And what's great when you're in a leadership role is you're trying to help your new enrollees and your leaders. And what's great is your leaders get to help their team as well. So it really creates this, and which is why I think Color Street, and I have never been with another company, but from what I hear from some other companies is we have a really great like camaraderie, sisterhood support system. And I feel like placement really helps us with that because it really allows us to take new enrollees. And sometimes, you know, it just depends on what's going on or how many people I'm enrolling. But I do love having that ability and being able to partner ladies up. And that is a great, awesome perk. Now you have to be paid as team leader. So you can't just hit team leader and then not keep that rank, enroll somebody and place them. You have to be paid at that level. But it really is. And again, we're not going to get into the weeds of everything tonight because it's just way too much to cover. But it is a part of our comp plan that really is an incredible part. And again, I think it really just helps with that support that we have in Color Street for sure. All right, I'm going to turn it over to Jackie because she's going to talk about some of the productive priorities. And really, like, I want to go over the nuts and bolts, and she's going to talk about what you really have to do in your business if becoming a leader is something that you want to do. So Jackie, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Awesome. Thanks, you guys. I so appreciate everyone taking time out of their night today. And I'm so excited to see all these dreamers. This is super exciting. I got to tell you, I just fell in love with the polish. I was asked 4 times to enroll, and I said no for the first 3 times. It was the 4th time that I was like, I'm in it. Like, I just wanted to get the kit to do my nails. So don't be afraid to ask, and don't be afraid to re-ask and re-ask and re-ask, okay? So the other thing that I found to be really, really motivating to me after I had my first nail bar, and I found, wow, I had fun with these guys. Like, this was so much fun to be with women and to help them feel pretty and get together. And I made $75. Like, I was seriously thinking I was going to have to go to Walmart to work to pay my bills that were getting bigger and bigger. I didn't expect life to get that expensive. And as my bills started accumulating, every Saturday morning, I was getting sick to my stomach because I knew my husband and I were going to have a conversation about how are we going to balance that checkbook. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm an adult. I have this job I love, but I can't pay the bills. What am I going to do? My boys needed braces. Then came driver's ed. Then came high school sports and travel sports. And I was just feeling like I was swallowing in debt. So in came Color Street. I had my first nail bar. I made $75. And I swear to you, I was hooked. That is when I was like, I can do this. So I booked more nail bars and I paid attention to Jumpstart. And it was the first time I didn't care about Jumpstart until I saw the money after my first nail bar. Jumpstart is something that we as aspiring leaders should always use that as our pacing guide. And that's what we should personally do for our own personal business every month. So I personally want to bonus qualify every week. And so I put 2 nail bars on my calendar every single week so that I can work to get that $1,200 in commission. And I want to be in front of enough new people every week so that my chances of enrolling 2 people every month increase. Does that make sense? Okay. So
Can you say that one more time, Jackie? That last part about jump starting and every week what your goal is?
Yes. Okay. So let me say it a different way a little bit. Corporate has given us these 2 pacing guides, and they are so generous that they reward us for Jumpstart and Circle of Excellence. Now, why are they doing that? Because they want to show us that should be your pacing guide. If we can teach everyone to do that for a season, Jumpstart 35 and repeat it in Jumpstart 65 and then repeat it in Jumpstart 95, then you've learned the secret sauce. You have learned how to do that repetitively. If you do that over and over again, book your parties to be in front of enough new people to offer the business blessing. I bonus qualify every week. So the new bonus qualify really should be $1,000 club or $1,200. So I bonus qualify in week 1. Then I bonus qualify again in week 2. So now I know I'm at enhanced commission and I've done my job to be a leader. And then I bonus qualify in week 3. So now I'm at 3, 6, 9. That's only one $300 nail bar a week, you guys. But I double up because some of my parties may cancel, some may not qualify. So I'm not going to panic. I know my goal is to have a paycheck every single week. And so I'm setting myself up to be successful by having 2 nail bars a week and bonus qualifying every week. And then I'm enrolling I want to enroll 2 people a month also. Did that help? So if you're not familiar with Circle of Excellence, it's a program that corporate put into place for all of us, and we're all eligible every single month through June. So it's May 8th. And if you're a stylist, a senior stylist or a team leader or above, you're eligible to get a bonus check this month. You just sell $1,000 and you enroll 2 people. Now that is your secret sauce. If you do that every single month throughout your career, you are learning how to party, you're learning how to host coach, you're learning how to offer the business blessing. That doesn't come easily. It's something I still want to improve on. I still ask people for help. I might have a party that my internet went down on, blah, blah, blah. I could talk to you guys forever about that. But if you want to be making the big money that changes your life, you guys, we must have, I can't tell you how many directors we have on our team that are making $1,000 to $2,000 a month. Directors, that means 4 people are on their team because a director has 4 legs. Okay. So I was always looking at like in my Road to Success booklet right here, that comes in your kit and it's also in the resources library. I remember looking at the column that I was in under the compensation plan summary. I'm looking for the summary, but I don't want to take your time right now. But that's what I always did. I looked at the row or the column that I was in, and what did it require for me to promote to the next rank. Okay, so I'm going to tell you a little bit about how you can plan for your promotion. What you want to do, and you guys, I'm going to lay this out here, but I don't want you to feel pressure. This is, you get to pick which style you want to do and how quickly you want to grow. So if you want explosive growth, you're going to want to write this down, okay? If you want explosive growth, you're going to want to book 10 parties a month to hold 8. So it's what we call a 10-8-2. So if someone wants to write that down in the notes, 10-8-2. What does that mean? It means book 10 to hold 8 because 2 will cancel. Book 10, hold 8, and enroll 2 every single month. Now, that's for explosive growth. I actually have found it easier to do that now that we're in this coronavirus shelter at home. When I was working full-time and doing nail bars too, I was having to drive to people's houses, and I'm finding it a lot easier to do 2 and even 3 nail bars virtually now. So when you book 2 a week, your chances of being bonus qualified every week and hitting that enhanced commission is going to be higher. Thank you for writing that, Dina. So book 10 to hold 8 because 2 cancel. You don't want to be angry or upset. You want to always have that like the abundance mindset. So if you only have 2 nail bars on your calendar for a month, that's okay because you're going to learn how to play a booking game. You're going to learn how to get more parties on your calendar. But pretend like you had, 15 or 20 nail bars on your calendar. If someone canceled, you wouldn't be upset. So I always try to remember that. If I had more on my calendar, I wouldn't be upset if somebody was canceling. All right, that's explosive growth. Now, let's say you want to slow it down a little bit. Then you're going to want to just book 8 to hold 6 and enroll 1.5. Now I remember hearing that and I was like, how do you enroll 1.5 persons a month? Well, you guys, it works out. When you take your whole calendar year and you're enrolling 1 a month plus 0.5, that's 12, 13, 14, it works out. I'm not going to do the math right now because I'll look like a fool. So 1.5 stylists a month. Oh, I know. Okay, so if it was 2 a month, it would be 24. 2 times 12. 1.5 is 18. 18 new people that you've enrolled in a year. I know that sounds crazy and it's like not possible, but when you're thinking Jumpstart, Circle of Excellence, it's possible. And if you have a month where it didn't happen, give yourself grace, pick yourself back up, dust yourself off and ask for help and say, what can I do? I'm not going to stop. Lord knows I called Debbie a lot and going, okay. Then maintaining rank. If you want to just maintain your rank where you are right now, you need to have at least 4 parties a month. That means you're going to book 6 to hold 4 because 2 are going to cancel, and you're going to enroll 1 person a month. And I'm telling you what, over the course of a year, I've done this now for almost 3 years, those numbers work. That number worked for me. I was at a leadership conference with top leaders in January. We had to chart our details and our stats for the whole 2 years, the past 2 years, and they work. Okay, now that is about growth and party count. Now I'd like to talk about how in the heck do you do that around your busy life? And what are your productive priorities? What are your income generating activities? It's not spending time on graphics. It's not trying to find the 10 cutest games for your VIP group, because that's going to really take up a lot of your time. Your productive priorities, you guys, there's 5. So if you want to get a pen or pencil, you're going to want to write your productive priorities down, or if someone can type them. Your first productive priority, and what I calendar block, I put this in my calendar every week, booking parties. So on my calendar for Monday, I've got a half an hour on Monday afternoon after the challenge. I don't know if you guys know this. Debbie she hosts a goal crusher group at 1 o'clock on Monday. So we are inviting all of you to schedule that Monday at 1 p.m. So at 2 o'clock, I have a half an hour where I'm going to book parties. That means I'm going to reach out to customers from last week that I had. I'm going to ask if they've received their order. Do they have any questions? I might say, oh my gosh, you were so much fun. I loved your engagement in that party. I think you'd make a great hostess. I don't know if you know, I do 30-minute parties, or she does know. And you just start reaching out. So that half hour booking parties is in my calendar. Number 2, host coaching. I did it the wrong way, and I'll tell you what, you guys, I did not do a great job of host coaching this week, and my parties are suffering from it because I let my head get in the way. I was worried about stock. I was worried about how was I going to do this. So host coaching is in my calendar. I will touch base with my hostess every single week so she doesn't break up with me. I want to treat her like she's special because I want her to know that she is the heart of my business. And I want her to think of me when she thinks of Color Street. And I want her to come back to me as a hostess or join my team. So host coaching needs to be in your calendar every single week. Number 3, holding your parties. You got to work your parties. So decide if you want to do parties on Tuesday night, or do you want to do them on Wednesday night? Look at your calendar and determine which nights you want to do. You don't have to let this spin around your life. You can squeeze your parties in where it's convenient for you. Number 4, recruiting calls or contacting your party guests to offer the business blessing. I didn't know that that was part of my job when I got into this, because remember, I just got into it for my nail polish. But now that I'm in it for a couple of years and I see that people come in and out of Color Street every single month, I know now that I have to make recruiting calls every single week. So I have a half an hour where I am going through my parties, I'm reaching out, and I'm offering the business, and I'm reminding them that we have Dreaming in Color every Monday night at 7 p.m. And I would be delighted for them to check out what I do as a stylist. And I always tell them something that I admired about her. So if she was a hostess, I will say like, oh my gosh, you were so much fun. I loved your nail fee. You were so engaging. You got your guests to the party. Girl, you're already doing what I do. Are you open to earning extra income? And then she'll say like, what? Like, who wouldn't be open to extra income? And I'm not afraid of that objection because I really want to help her solve whatever it is in her mind. So recruiting calls is your 4th. And then number 5, those are coaching calls or your new consultant contacts. So every week when I enroll a new person on my team, we start with a Zoom call. and I introduce the back office, I introduce the Launch Plus 4, and then I tell her, this is so exciting. I am here for you, and we're going to meet again next week. And I have a standing appointment every single week. And I also have coaching calls with the girls who want to promote that are on my team who are future leaders or they're current leaders right now. So those are your 5 productive priorities. Anything extra you can fit in your daily schedule. That would be like your email, that would be your Facebook posting, your VIP group. That stuff's all extra stuff. Your 5 important things are booking parties, holding parties, post coaching, reaching out and offering the business or recruiting calls, and coaching calls with your new stylist and your upline leaders. If you really want to work on this, we are so blessed to have Debbie Bryce, our presidential founder, you guys. She is the most consistent, determined, motivated person who keeps her schedule. She's got that coaching call every Monday at 1:00. So literally in my phone is set up with so many alarms. My husband is like, for the love of God. But because we work from home, if I don't have my alarms set and labeled, life goes on. So I would encourage you right now to schedule 1:00 in your alarm, in your cell phone, Monday. It's a Goal Crusher Zoom call. You're all invited. If you have friends or teammates that don't know about it, please welcome them. I have in my cell phone plugged in every Tuesday at 11:50 a.m. Tuesday training. And I have the Zoom call in there because I want to be the best consultant to my hostesses. So I want to listen to Tuesday training and I want to be there for my teammates too. And then the first Monday of every month. So I always say, you guys, those who show up, go up. And obviously you're all going up because you've all given us this time on a Friday night to hang out and hear from the top leaders on our team. I'm so proud of you and I'm so excited for all of you. So I know that was a lot of information, so I'm going to let you guys ask questions.
You know what? Let me just add about the Goal Crusher call on Monday. Yeah, Meredith was on there Monday. I've had quite a few people from your team on there. This coming up Monday, just so you guys know, we're going to do this same type of format in there. So we can catch people from the team that maybe can't do an evening. So just so you know, if you hop on it, this coming up Monday, it's going to be like this. But normally what that call is it's really just kind of a time for you guys to check in, that we're going to look at your past week and you're kind of being held accountable in the sense I just ask, you know, what went well in the past week? And then really it's people just on the call sharing ideas then of everyone shares what went well and then they go back and forth and you get a lot of great ideas from it. And then what didn't go well? What do you need? What do you have questions on? What do you need help with? Because, you know, people, if something doesn't go right, it takes people 5 days to lose interest in something. 5 days, and you could have somebody that you enroll, and if every single ordering went like this today, 5 days in a row, they could be done, right? But if they have that call every week, then if something went bad, they just have to get through 2 more days so they know they can talk to you again about it. And then you're going to help, everyone's going to help build them up and try this and try that. And that gets them set for the next week again. So that's why the importance of having it every week is to help catch people to be able to, of course, share great ideas, but if things are going bad, we can catch them before they get too far down that rabbit hole of not wanting to turn around either. We want to try to catch them as soon as we can. Yeah, Jackie.
Thank you, Debbie. I was just wanting to say something if you're done. I don't want to interrupt.
Yeah, no, go.
Okay, I get so excited about money because I really thought that this was like I was just going to pay for my kit and do my own nails, but I'm thinking we have an amazing group of women right here who have no idea what we're making. I want them to know what directors having 4 people on your team can make. And I want you guys to know you only need 8 to be at the top.
You mean legs, Jackie?
Yeah, you gotta differentiate that. It's not 4 people. There's a big difference in 4 people and 4 legs. Yeah, big
more
difference.
than four people.
Big difference.
Okay, 4
Because we were
legs.
like, woo, I'm a senior stylist. I got 2. I only need 2 more.
4 legs. I know. 4 legs. So I just think that that is so incredible. Hey, is Tisha Thomas on this call by chance? I want to call her out.
Yep.
Yes.
Hey, Tisha, can you unmute yourself and can you just share your story? Do you mind? I know I didn't. I know I'm catching you by surprise.
And she looks cute. See?
I know.
Always.
Okay, what do you want me to say, Jackie? You don't want me
Okay.
to
All
have
right.
a reenactment of last Friday, do you?
No. No,
Okay.
but okay, I will start it.
Okay.
So Tisha is a busy, super busy mom of 4 kids. They all play sports. She's a coach. She's swamped. She's got kids of all ages. She's the CEO of her household, and she's homeschooling now. And she's doing I think she was doing 2 businesses, weren't you? At one point?
Yeah.
Okay. So now we've been Zooming with her team every week for about the last month, maybe at least the last month, because I know I was in Florida. And Friday, I can't even like breathe because this was so precious. But go ahead.
Well, okay. So I just had a great month last month, and on my call at the time when I was talking with Jackie, there were only a couple people on, and I knew them all personally. So I was super emotional, and I was emotional in front of them. And I don't know, I started this just because I like the polish. I loved the polish. I, fell in love right off the bat, but it's just turned into so much more. And being able to financially help my family is huge for me because, it's not easy having a single income family and 4 little kids. So yeah, I don't want to get emotional now, but that's what I talked about. And I just had my biggest paycheck last month, and I was just super excited about it.
Do you mind sharing what it was?
Almost $2,400 last month.
You guys, I mean, I have goosebumps on it because, and I want you to know that Tisha went from being a stylist to a senior stylist to a team leader, and she stayed consistent, and it wasn't easy. And there were times where we all want to quit, and we know it's worth it, and we reach out to get help, and we learn, and we apply, and we fall down, and we get back up. She became a director, and she never quit, and she just made $2,400 in 1 month. I am just telling you that because I want you to know you're all worth it, and we are here to help you. Okay, thank you for sharing that, Tisha. I could not tell. If anyone else has a personal story and we have time, I'd love to hear it.
One thing I wanted to share really quick, first of all, Tisha, that is awesome. Congrats. And I kind of put it in the comments as calendar blocking. I know, like when we talk about calls and setting your alarm and getting in on all these things, you guys, everybody, I mean, right now is definitely a little bit different. So we're pretending like life is as normal, both with our website and everything else, and our lives. But a lot of us I know on this call, I know a lot, at least, on my team are they're working moms or they're stay-at-home moms with little ones or whatever. But really try to find time where you can listen to trainings. They don't have to be live. I rarely, even though I'm working from home right now as a teacher, have the time at noon. For some reason, I just forget a lot of times on those Tuesday trainings. So same thing with Connect the Dots. They're doing that every day. I try to hop on, not necessarily at 10, but I try to find some time to just put an earbud in and play some of these, trainings and things when it fits for me. Or if I'm in the car, same thing. I'll try to listen to it there. So think about those times too, where you can squeeze in just a little bit more, a little bit learning, or chatting with your upline or having a coaching call. I know a lot of times I would love to just be here at my table and taking notes and working with stylists, but that's not how my life works all of the time. I do block time for that. But just be thinking of outside the box a little bit. If you're taking a walk, could you, if you're walking by yourself, listen to something different, some sort of training, either that Debbie's recorded or that corporate's recorded or from the app, to try to squeeze all of that in, because it can feel overwhelming. And so you want to use your time to the best of your ability. So just thinking outside the box a little bit with that calendar blocking, I just wanted to kind of interject there.
Thank you. You guys want to see my calendar? It's
Yes.
crazy. Okay, so if you're not calendar blocking yet, I have my week at a glance, or my month at a glance, and I have my nail bars are green because green means money. So they're green. And then I have my week at a glance too, and I highlight anything that's family oriented as pink. And I that's the stuff we're not going to break. So if it's a doctor appointment, if it's dinner with your husband, if it's homeschooling the kids, if it's a sporting event, if it's Mother's Day, put that in your calendar. That's pink. Anything that is business, I do blue, and I have Tuesday training in my calendar. I'm looking for it for next week because I have it. Oh, here it is. All right, my next week. Can you see that? So I've got my blue is business meetings. My pink is family. I've got dinner, showering, working out. I have my host coaching in there. That's blue. My green is nail bars. And anything that's open is kind of like, that's where I'll do my emails, or that's where I might run to the post office. That's extra stuff. But I always look at my 5 productive priorities after my family. So pink first, 5 productive priorities. Thank you.
All right, Dina, you want to finish us up?
Yes, wow, that was so great. Even though almost 3 years in, I am learning stuff constantly. So thank you all. I feel totally empowered and fired up to do some things as well. I need to get better at calendar blocking. So just really quickly, the fact that you guys are here, Jackie said those who show up go up, and we've also heard learners are earners. That just speaks volumes that you guys are on here on a Friday night. I just want to share that I was very full of self-doubt. I was definitely somebody who thought, I can't do what that person does. I don't know. I just want to stay where I'm at. I just want to get some, just kind of status quo. I was happy with where I was. And I just would have really missed out on a lot if I didn't put myself out there, try something new, just to see what if. So we are here to help you. Anything you need, any question at all. There are a lot of great comments in the chat to the side. We will absolutely support you. Whether it's verbiage to follow up or reaching out to helping somebody with enrolling, because that might feel intimidating at first. And I know people don't want to sound salesy or pushy. So how do we kind of make that sound natural and authentic? We are here to help you do all of that. And we've got those Tuesday trainings that Jackie mentioned. That is where I get a lot of my confidence. And that is where I get a lot of my ideas. And so those people, those who are sharing those Tuesday tips, and in anything that we have as far as trainings, that's where we're getting it from. And so whatever we can do to help you, to guide you, we've all been there. We all started with not sure what we were doing. And, we're still kind of figuring it out together. We are all in this together. Please reach out to us. Please let us know, when this call ends, if there's something that you're thinking about later on, reach out to any of us and we will help you. We are just so excited because we have felt a lot of different successes financially, personally, and we just want everyone else to have that same opportunity. And just the fact that you're on this just speaks volumes. So we're really glad that over 30 people hopped on tonight on a Friday night. So thanks so much. Any last minute questions? Yeah, Meredith. You're muted still. Yep.
Not really a question, but I just wanted to make a plug. If you're not in the official stylist group, that is an amazing group, because I just recently discovered the Tuesday trainings. They go back and load those in to the official stylist group, and you can just click right there to watch the recording of the Zoom. And then the Connect the Dots are amazing. I've just been blown
Mhm.
away with how this company is trying to look at not just from a money standpoint from them, but how they can look out for us and our well-being. And I don't know what day it was this week, but somebody mentioned she takes a sticky note every night and she writes down what she wants to do the next day. And it has to fit on the sticky note, and it just helps focus of like prioritizing what needs to be done. And I just thought that was a great tip. I pulled out the sticky pad from my teaching supplies, but I'll make a point to fill that out. But I just thought it was a great tip. And if I can't catch it live, they're totally worth it to just plug on while I'm making dinner or doing whatever else. But the official stylist group for the Connect the Dots is awesome. And then you can find the Tuesday trainings that it's just a variety of topics that always seem to just, there's always something there to really help.
Yes, that Meredith, thank you so much. And I'm glad you mentioned the official stylist page. We definitely, I know for myself, like Meredith, I put it on speakerphone and I will listen to the calls when I'm folding laundry, emptying the dishwasher. Like Amanda said, AirPod in when you're, working out, whatever. We're all busy. I know the busier I am, the more I tend to get done. So I like to make that happen when I'm doing other things. I'll listen in on the training calls. If you also go to your vo.colorstreet.com back office, under resources, the tab, you drop down menu will say resources library. There's every kind of resource you could imagine, and midway down it says training, and all the Tuesday trainings are there as well. So sometimes I'll go, if I'm thinking about booking, or enrolling, I'll find one because it has the title of it, and I'll click on that specific one and I'll listen to that one. So they provide us a couple different spots to find it. So I'm so glad Meredith mentioned that. Any other comments or?
No, but the app is great too, you guys, because if
Yeah.
you have a phone near you, all of those Tuesday trainings are also in the app. So again, kind of the same thing. Where
Right.
you can go in and like Dina, I will do the same thing. I will find by topic. It might even be something that I listened to
Mhm.
before, but whatever I want to focus on. So if it's enrolling or booking, I need some fresh ideas, even for my VIP group, whatever it is, I'll go into those Tuesday trainings, and it's organized by month, but then it does show by topic. So that's super helpful as well.
Yes, absolutely. The app is amazing. J-Mac?
The one thing I want to mention too that's really helped me keep my head in the game is really choosing joy. And if you are not practicing gratitude right now, I would encourage you to do that. I think a lot of us, I know Amanda, Dina, Meredith, Olivia, there's a lot of people on this call that do this. So in my journal every morning, I know that I'm going to practice gratitude, and I'm going to write down 10 things that I'm grateful for, because it really helps make me start looking for the miracles throughout the day that we sometimes forget about. And so today on May 8th, I have mine here, and I'm excited. Yeah, you're in there, Jer. And I write my 3 goals down. I've got my 90-day goal. What do I want to do in 90 days? That jumpstart period, right? 30, 60, 90. And how am I going to turn that 90-day goal into daily tasks? Because I could say I want to recruit so many people or sell so much, but how am I going to do that? So I turn that into my daily tasks, and I use my 5 productive priorities. So choosing joy has been like a lifesaver for me, especially like today. I want to just say, you guys, I got goosebumps and was like holding back tears when I posted that in Passionately Polished. Like today was a cluster. It was a freaking cluster. And I'm like, you guys, we can get through this. And when I posted that and I said, someone's going to win Black Cherry Bonbon, tell me something good about Color Street, you guys were freaking champions. And it's still going. So if you haven't seen it yet, jump into Passionately Polished, put one thing you're grateful for about Color Street, and you're in the drawing. I also want to say we have a speaker tomorrow morning. Her name is Ashley Doddridge. And we went to New York together. She's going to talk about how she runs her business with 2 little kids running around. So she's going to go live, and I'm going to post an announcement tonight to let you know what time she's going live tomorrow, just for the heck of it, just for fun. Thank you.
Oh, that's
All right.
awesome. I can't wait.
Yeah, she's adorable.
Last thing is, reach out to your upline leader. I mean, obviously we're one or two or three of us or four of us are part of your upline leadership, but I do know there's other leaders on this call. Obviously, Jackie just called out Tisha. I see some personally from my team. I know Dina has some from her team, but reach out to that leader and I know I've been trying to do more calls, like Jackie just said with Tisha and her team, asking for a smaller group with just your leader is a great way to learn and connect with your team and bounce ideas. We are all here to support you guys. So never feel like you can't reach out or don't want to reach out, or we are here to help you guys. And all of your upline really should be, but especially in your leadership team. So I just encourage you guys to, create connections and ask for that little more intimate setting, because sometimes it's easier to ask questions. And also it helps some of your newer stylists. If you bring them into a small group call, they may feel more comfortable, and then we can just share ideas and go from there and make sure that we're supporting you in the best way possible. But thank you guys so much for hopping on tonight. And obviously, Dina is kind of the one who shouted this out and thought it might be a good idea, and we all hopped on board. So we appreciate you guys being here, but definitely reach out with questions. And I hope you guys have a good night.
Thanks, guys.